I want to say good evening, everybody, and welcome to my 12th National Santa webinar. Tonight, we're covering working for Talk to Santa. It's an easy-to-use 7-year-old live video platform that's brought joy to tens of thousands of families. So we're going to talk about that tonight. 2 months ago, I had John Laporto and Mike Trahan on to talk about it. And a lot of people have been asking for more information, so that's what we're going to do tonight. But first, I do want to apologize for not being here last week. I had a nasty bout with some food poisoning, which shut me down for a few days. I'm much better now, thank you. And I do want to thank everyone for their thoughts and kind words during my little setback. By the way, many of the symptoms for food poisoning are similar to COVID-19, stomach cramps, diarrhea, temperature, all those different things. And when I went to the VA, that's kind of how they handled me until they got all the tests out of the way. And of course, the food poisoning was all my own fault. In other words, there was some food that I had, it had been cooked, it was fine. But 2 days later, I took it out, had a couple pieces, left it sit out on the sink. And an hour or two later, I put it back in the refrigerator. And 2 nights later, I decided to nibble a little bit more. And that's when I got it, because I'd left it out too long and something happened. So it was my own fault. So again, be careful with your food. We're all too old to have these crazy things, set us back. And our bodies sometimes can't take some of these things as easily as they did when we were in our 20s and 30s or maybe 40s, okay? Before I get into tonight's subject, I want to thank everyone for their comments and notes on all the webinars we've been doing. We've got 11 of them under the belt, and they're all available right now on both Facebook and YouTube, so you can see all those different subjects. But the second thing I wanted to cover is last week, or the week before, I talked about the banners, and a couple people brought up examples of social distancing banners. Now, these are banners that are 6 feet long. Santa stands on one end, the family stands on the other, and in between is a very nice saying, a happy message or something like that, and right after that meeting, I got a wonderful email from Santa Patrick DeHaan. And Patrick actually had a half dozen or more of these banners that he had created. He would print 2 banners on the same sheet at a printer, and they were 6 feet long, 2 feet wide, and then he would cut it in half. So now he had 2 6-foot by 1-foot banners. And a banner might say something like, "I'm standing 6 feet from Santa." And the next line underneath says, "That's as close as I'll get to the nice list." Some funny little things like that. So anyway, we put the word out and we invited people to send in their ideas and had a little contest. And Patrick and I looked over all the names and everything. And there were 2 banners that were very close to each other. I mean, very, very close. Some of the same idea in artwork, but different wordage and everything. And the winner of the banner contest was Santa George Campbell. And I think I can, let me see if I can pull up his, I'm gonna do a little flip around here and see if I can find George's banner and see if we can share the screen and show it to you. Here it is. I don't know if everybody can see that or not, but can you guys see that? I heard somebody out there. I don't know.
Yeah, Tim.
You can see it now. Okay, there we go. I got my note that says it's sharing screen. So that's George Campbell's banner. It was Merry Christmas. The Christmas spirit can easily reach 6 feet. The other banner, first runner-up, was Don Nelson, and his showed 6 elf feet also, like these little shoes you see here. And his said, "Don't be elfish. Keep 6 feet away from Santa." So it was a kind of a cute banner. But anyway, congratulations, Santa George, on being the winner of our little competition. And what he gets is we're going to make him his own banner. We'll get it printed for him and shipped to him as his prize for creating that banner. I want to thank Santa Patrick DeHaan, and I want to thank all the Santas and Mrs. Claus who sent in their creative ideas. There were quite a few funny ones. And what I'll try to do is put them all together in a sheet and maybe in one of my newsletters have them attached so you can look at them. And maybe you'll get ideas of your own of what you think would be a cute social distancing banner. But the idea is that if you have to take a picture and, you know, you get to take your masks off, but you don't want to be near each other, how about holding a little 6-foot banner in between Santa and Mrs. Claus, or Mrs. Claus and Santa and the family? And you're practicing social distancing, but at the same time, there's a wonderful message there, you know, holiday message. So that's kind of neat. Anyway, moving on. Again, I want to remind everybody, all these webinars are every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. They're on Zoom. There is a link on my website, nationalsanta.com. That link has the word webinars in the menu bar. If you click on that, you get all the details about the webinars. Only about 100 people can participate in this webinar tonight. Okay, so when we do a webinar like this, again, with only 100 people participating, we lose out on some. So I also live stream it on Facebook. And over on Facebook, I've gotten 600 to 900 people watching. So it's really been an amazing thing. And then late tonight or early tomorrow morning, I'll take the video that is recorded from this webinar tonight, and we'll edit it and we'll put it on YouTube. And so all the webinars are stored on both Facebook and YouTube, so you can watch them anytime in the future. You don't have to, you know, if you can't make it on Tuesday night, you can watch it at a little bit later date. Okay, so we do have that availability. We're going to get started here in a second. I've got to do one little adapting right down here. Okay. And I'm going to mute everybody again. I had a few people that popped in there. We'll have a few co-hosts in here, but that should take care of most of it. So anyway, getting back to my webinar stuff. Again, tonight, the whole thing is about working for Talk to Santa. So let me see if I can get myself rolling here. I've got a little opening that I'm going to try to run and see if it works for all of you, okay? And hopefully you'll enjoy. By the way, I'm using some PowerPoint tonight also. And the PowerPoint will allow me to give you some things here. This, again, it's all being stored on Facebook and YouTube, so you'll be able to go back to it and refer to it later on. Okay, so if you can't take notes on what you see in the screen, it will be there later. Okay, so we do have that availability for you. Oh, we got something stuck there. Just a little bit of the video from the Talk to Santa website. And of course, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight is this Christmas and how Talk to Santa as live video conferencing with Santa and up to 4 of the locations is going to be the #1 alternative to Santa in the mall. And this is one of the things that a lot of people, of course, want to do it. I'm going to add a few more people here that are out there waiting. Let's see if I've got a couple more. Okay, good. Okay.
Looked like Zoom was struggling to keep up with the animation there, Tim.
I'm sorry, John?
It looked like Zoom was struggling to keep up with the animation.
Maybe I've got too large a drive. By the way, with the power outages or the winds that we had here, I mentioned earlier we had 80-mile-an-hour winds here on Long Island. I also had power outages about 40 times during the day. Yeah, just the water on and off and on and off. We lost our cable for a while, and of course the cable is also attached to what we're doing here for the internet. So hopefully we've got all our broadband back up. But maybe that may be one of my real problems tonight. Talk to Santa is the world's largest Santa video chat platform and invites you to join them for Christmas 2020. This year, thousands of families will be searching for alternative ways to give their children a personal visit with Santa. And now, Talk to Santa can deliver Santa live to their clients, to customers, to children, and just about everybody you know. So there is no reason why a family can't have a live visit of sorts with Santa. In other words, a video conference call. In fact, actually, the visits are longer than the regular visit at a mall. So it's really a great, great deal for people. Now, tonight, we're going to cover how does Santa work? How is it set up? We're going to talk about how do you become a Santa for Talk to Santa? What equipment do you need? I'm not going to go into all the technicals, but we'll have a little bit of information about the equipment. And then we're going to talk about how the families and the customers sign up for the video chats with Santa. And most important, which I'm sure a lot of you have tuned in tonight to find out, is how do I make money with Talk to Santa? So we're going to cover all those little things here in the next hour. With us tonight, we also have John Laporto, who is one of the founders. And I don't know if Mike Trayon's here, but Mike is one of the founders and also the head elf. And we have the new technical elf or training elf, Donna. Elf Donna is with us tonight. So they'll all be here to help answer questions as we move through the presentation. And as we get to the end of the evening, if you have questions, you'll be able to ask those. There is, of course, also the chat service here. So sometimes you can post things on the chat service, and some of you can talk to each other. Okay. This is what a Talk to Santa set looks like. Now, you see me sitting on a set, and on my background behind me, this is the Talk to Santa banner or backdrop. And this is what it looks like when Santa's all dressed up and smiling, and what the family would see on their screen when they tune in for a visit with Talk to Santa. You know, the world has changed now, and Christmas is going to arrive, but will it be the same? I mean, someone was just kidding a moment ago about the fact that, Christmas Eve, Santa's supposed to arrive, but he can't make any deliveries on Christmas Eve. He has to wait for the 14-day quarantine. So Christmas has been pushed back, he said. Well, that's not going to happen. Christmas will arrive, okay? Christmas Eve, Santa's going to be delivering, and Christmas morning, there will be presents in the living room, under the tree, wherever the family has it arranged to have presents. But will the Christmas season really be the same? Children are going to continue about dreaming to see Santa Claus. They're going to be making wishes. They're going to be hoping for, special gifts that they want to have. But what if they can't see Santa? What if they can't tell him what they want? What if Santa isn't in the mall? What if he isn't at the annual holiday party? Okay. Or if their parents, even though Santa might be nearby, the parents are cautious and don't want to take their children to a location where the social distancing and other problems are there. So all of a sudden, the children don't have the opportunity to see Santa. Now, some parents might just, say, okay, write Santa a letter. That's how he's going to get your information. But there is something with a lot of families that annual visit is a tradition. Seeing Santa, talking to Santa, expressing your wishes. It's all part of the history and the traditions of Santa Claus. So again, these are things that we have to look at. Okay, excuse me. I can get my screen working here. And I love it. I'm doing my PowerPoint, and in the middle of my PowerPoint, I'm getting Santa signing in, and it's stopping my PowerPoint. Let's see if we can get it. Okay. How will the children visit with Santa? Well, they're going to be visiting Santa through Talk to Santa. And it's a live video call with a real Santa Claus. Now, here's the nice part. Up to 6 children can participate in the call. And while Santa's talking to the children, he actually has information on each of the 6 children. And it's not like a mall visit where maybe you have their name and you kind of get their age and then you ask them if they've been good and ask them what they want for Christmas. Guess what? The parents and grandparents, they sit down and fill out information sheets on each child. So you have the information on those 6 children. You have information that is part of their secret life, secrets that only you know. And it makes it very, very special when you can talk to those children and you know about their favorite sport, you know about their pet's name, lots of little things that the parents have put into these little dossiers, if you want to call them, or biographies on each of the children. So it does make it very, very special for that call. Now, here's another part that's special about Talk to Santa. Up to 4 other family members or friends can log in from other locations. This was great when Talk to Santa began, back, 7 years ago, where Coca-Cola came on as a sponsor, and hundreds upon hundreds of families were able to make special calls to Santa. But the nice part was, dad or mom, one of the family members was in the military overseas, and they could sign in along with mom and the kids here and Santa and grandma in San Diego and Aunt Harriet up in Maine, and one other family member. They could all sign in together at the same time and be part of this wonderful video chat, this talk with Santa, okay? Now, once everything's set up, the children get an e-invitation, an e-invite to the call. And it's got all the information about when the call is going to happen and that Santa is going to be calling them and how to set it up. So they get an e-invite. And after the video, the families get a keepsake video. The people that talk to Santa, the magical elves in the background, take and package that. They put it all together, and an email is immediately sent to the family letting them know how to download their special visit with Santa, how they can save it, share it to others. Again, it's a keepsake video, just like the photograph they might have gotten in the mall, but this time it's that entire 8 to 10 minute meeting, that 8 to 10 minute visit with the children and Santa. After the video is over, the children also get something special. They get a Nice List e-certificate. Now, these are really, really nice. It says official Nice List certificate. It has their name on it, and it's sent to each child, letting them know that they're on Santa's Nice List, okay? Now, after the e-Nice List certificates, guess what? We still have some other information. So maybe 2 months from now, when the child has a birthday, Santa sends each child that has a birthday greeting. So they get another greeting from Santa during the year on their birthday. So we keep in touch with the kids, we keep the excitement going, the love going, and keep the magic of Santa Claus going with that family. Now, another thing I like about each of the Talk to Santa calls is that there is a donation made to the Marine Corps Toys for Tots Foundation, which is my favorite charity. So I do really think this is a great thing. And for a lot of the families signing up for it, it makes it special for them because they know that when they make their request for Santa, when they make their order, that this is now going to be forwarded, the donations going to the Marine Corps on behalf of them and their participation. Now, this is what a family sees when they tune in on the camera, okay? They've got their computer set up. There's a young lady sitting there on the right. She's smiling. She's looking at her screen. And on her screen, she sees Santa over on one side. She sees herself. And across the bottom, those other family members that have signed in and joined in the call. So this is what they see when they're watching the camera or watching the video in their home. Santa, on the other hand, he has a picture of the child, and he has the information about the child or the other children. So he's got a little bit different screen that he's looking at, where he's got all of his notes and things like that. But he knows that everybody's signed in across the bottom. He sees little windows, little pictures of everything that's going on from his special monitor that he has. And all of this is coordinated, produced, and put together by the magical elves that talk to Santa. So all Santa has to do is sign in, go online, put in his code, and get ready for a visit with the family. And it's just a magical experience. It is so much fun to do. Okay. Plus, here's another plus for you. Invitations are sent to the families throughout the year for live events with Mrs. Claus. Maybe, well, I know just this summer we had some events where Mrs. Claus was doing some storytelling. So all of the families who have been participants in Talk to Santa all over the country for the past couple of years, they all got invitations to tune in and have some storytelling with Mrs. Claus. This is all an added bonus the families get at no extra cost to what they originally paid to have a visit with Santa. So it does make it very, very special. There are complimentary subscriptions also sent of the North Pole News, okay? And this is Santa's special newspaper. It's mailed to all the children, has all kinds of information, maybe some updates on what's going on with the reindeer, when the reindeer games are going to occur and things like that. Maybe some special hints about things that they can do to be good and be nice to mom and dad around the house. Plus, there's $50 in Talk to Santa gift certificates that are given to the family so they can share with their friends and neighbors if they want to sign up and have a Talk to Santa visit. So this is all included in a Talk to Santa package. Now, some of you might be wondering what happens when a family doesn't have the bandwidth to take a call, or maybe they don't have a camera on their computer that is good enough to do something. Well, one of the things that Talk to Santa offers is pre-recorded calls. This is almost like the live call, but instead, Santa takes all of the information about the children and leaves a personalized message. And just like the old messages you might have when, the answering machine would ring. But this time it's a video message, and Santa is looking right at the camera and talking right to the children, and he has all the information about them. So it's like a regular chat, but this time it's pre-recorded. All the detailed information the family supplied is used for the call. So it might be something like, "Hi, Santa here, and I want to leave a special message for Tommy and Susie. Now, I know both of you have been very good, and you're looking towards Christmas and some special things. In fact, Tommy, weren't you looking for a wagon this year, a special wagon of sorts? And Susie, I know you love American Girl dolls." Yeah, so that's kind of how it works. Santa has to be a great actor. He has to pretend a little bit, but he does these little video calls for these children, talking to them just as though they were there right now with him, and makes a pre-recorded message. And again, it's a keepsake message. It's something the family will want forever and ever. And the nice thing about the recorded messages is you can record a message, and if I don't like that, you can stop and re-record it again. And until you think it's just the way you want it, it's not sent to the family. So you can make sure it's a perfect message. And then once you're done and you click on finish, they'll get an email telling them how to download it. So it's that simple. We have a lot of Santas that do these special pre-recorded messages. They do it in the hours when they can't do calls to families. Maybe they work a regular job and don't get home till 7, 8 o'clock. But they could sit down and do an hour or so of video recorded messages. Or maybe they get up in the morning at 10 a.m. Now, a lot of families are doing calls to Santa at 10 a.m. in the morning, but Santa could sit down in his lovely little office with his Talk to Santa backdrop and maybe record a half dozen or so special messages. And they pay the same as a regular live video chat. So it's a wonderful opportunity for a lot of Santas. Again, they can record it anytime, day or night, whenever Santa has the time to sit and leave a message. What I'd like to do now is kind of give you a walkthrough of how Talk to Santa works from step 1 to step 2. Walk you all the way through it so you can kind of get an idea of how everything flows together. And hopefully this will help a little bit. in giving you a concept of what's going on. Step one. Okay, this is the easy step one. Okay, as soon as you are approved as a Santa, in other words, you've gone through your auditions, your technical equipment's been approved, and you're going to be getting a backdrop sent to you, shipped to you by the, oh, yes, Jim? Oh, I heard somebody come in there. Okay. Well, as soon as you're approved, you sign into the main site. Okay. And you go to the main site and you click on the link to the availability calendar. Okay. Now, this is as soon as you're approved. Once you're approved, you can go to the calendar and start picking the days and times when you would like to receive appointments to have calls from families. Okay. You select the days and times you want to work. Now, Talk to Santa requests that Santa try to block a minimum 1 hour section, okay? If possible, 2 hours is even better, but a minimum 1 hour. Don't just book 15 minutes to do one call or something like that. Sit yourself down to, and besides, you're getting your coat on, you're getting everything set up, you got your glass of water or your hot cocoa, you're all ready to go. Let's sit down for an hour and do some calls, or maybe 2 hours, whatever you're comfortable with, okay? And but you can pick the times that you want to be there and do your calls. Now, this is what the calendar looks like. Okay, when you click on the availability calendar, and it will have the days of the week across this one area here, and then down the left-hand side, it'll have 15-minute increments. Now, again, these are 15-minute increments, but sometimes you can do calls even tighter than the 15 minutes. You might be able to do a call every 10 minutes, but we've actually basically blocked out 15-minute blocks that you can actually be sitting there ready to go with your calls, okay? And you pick out the days that you want. And so when you do that, it's gonna look something like this. So here I picked 3 days, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and an hour and 45 minutes each day I blocked off. Now, right now, I have left my Friday, Saturday, Sunday open. Now, I'm being a little cautious here because I'm hoping a few of my customers that I do regular parties for may still have parties this year. Of course, all of us are sitting here wondering, will we or will we not have parties or events to go to? So right now I'm kind of hedging my bets a little. So I left Friday, Saturday, Sunday open, but I could fill those in later when I know that I'm not going to have any opportunity to do any parties. But I don't want to block and fill it in with Talk to Santa and then later get a call from one of my customers who says, gee, we'd love to have you on Friday night, but I've already given my time to Talk to Santa. So I'm kind of working around it right now. And that's my workaround on it. Each of you will come up with your own plan on it. If you're not too worried about Friday or Saturday or Sunday or the early parts of the day on Saturday or Sunday because you're only working in the evening, why, you definitely, pick out some daytimes to work there, Now, a lot of this also depends on what state you're in. Some states, there's not going to be anything. Now, I can tell you right now, I might have a few private home visits. All of my corporate parties, all the big parties that I've had, that I do, I've been talking with my clients. It looks like nobody is having company parties or corporate parties. And I work on some pretty big parties that, 4 hours at a time at a party with 1,000 people, and they're pulling the plug on them. They're just not having them. And this is, of course, in New York City. But again, other areas of the country, I've talked to some friends in Idaho and Montana, down in Texas and other places like that, and they're all looking at the opportunity that they're going to have a few parties. The only other thing that's kind of holding us back, of course, we've all talked about, is the fact is whether or not we're going to have a vaccine. Having a vaccine would probably make us feel a lot more comfortable. Anyway, I'm going to move on away from the calendar, but this is how the calendar works. You pick the dates you want to be on the calendar and you put them in there. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I've got participants here. Do I have any more to add? I guess I've got everybody in there. Okay, good. Okay, double checking. Now, as soon as you've got your hours and times in there, you can move on. Okay, you can go into other areas. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to keep hitting my button here to see if I can. There we go. Go through your entire schedule. Block all the dates that you have available that you would like to work. By the way, I was watching another program and saw that they were talking about Santa's working and making all kinds of money and everything like that. And the projections they have are great, but they had the Santas working 8 hours a day from the 18th of November to New Year's Eve, every single day, in order to make the money that they were offering. And I'm saying, you don't want that. We all need to have some days off. We need, or at least some breaks somewhere, a little mental health, I guess you might want to call it. So again, if you need to have some days off, if you have to go somewhere with the family to go, or with Mrs. Claus to go shopping, or maybe you've got something special you want to do, a little, your own private shopping. Again, don't block those days. Some of the weekdays during the daytime are going to be wide open anyway. But again, pick your own days and stuff. But go through your entire schedule, block all the days, or check off all the days that you would like to work. And then that's your work calendar. Now, once you have done that, and you and other Santas do the same, all of those dates and all those slots are all available. So people can come in and buy them. That's right. When they pay their fee for their Talk to Santa call, they're gonna click on a button. They're gonna pick a day and a time, and if that's you, you're gonna get a reservation, and you'll get a notification on it too. So let me move on. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Right. By the way, you can also work split schedules. So you could work a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the evening. You don't have to work, all your whole day all in one block. You can take an hour off for lunch. You can do all kinds of little things. Okay. Step two is when the parents get involved. Okay. A parent, a grandparent, a guardian, somebody goes to the Talk to Santa site, and they go online and they schedule a Talk to Santa call. Now, some people go directly to the website and make a purchase. Other times they get gift cards, which they have purchased, and they redeem the gift card, and they go to the website and they make a reservation. They pick a date and a time when they want to have a call. If they have a VIP code, they might enter that code. And I'm going to talk about VIP code a little bit more later, but each of you will have a VIP code. And if the person making the reservation knows you, they enter the VIP code, and they will only see your schedule. They will not see any of the Santa's schedule, and they will pick you, and they'll get your full inventory, and they can schedule you for a private visit. Plus, when they do that, you get an extra commission. You get an extra 20% commission on what your normal pay is. So it's about $2. But again, it's a good deal. Okay. Now, when they open the Talk to Santa calendar, they're going to select one of the open slots. If the slot they desire is not available, they can't book it. In other words, there has to be a slot available. So people can't just go in and say, I want this time. They can only pick a time if there's a Santa available. Okay. Which will be very difficult for some families, because as we get closer and closer to Christmas Eve, the time slots fill up. A lot of people want to make calls on Christmas Eve, but unfortunately, Santa's out making deliveries, and he's not always available. By the way, if you are working Christmas Eve, the pay is double. Okay, so you do Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. The pay for Santa's is double, so it is good for those that are working. More of step two. After they select the day and time of call, they'll also start filling out the information sheets. Those are those important dossiers or backgrounds on each of the children, telling us their age, their name, what grade they are in school, favorite subjects, hobbies, sports, maybe their favorite sports team, or sometimes parents will even put in a little note about something good the child has done recently. Sometimes they even put in a little note about something naughty they did recently. Santa has all this wonderful, magical information that makes his conversation with the children very, very special. And so again, the parents fill these sheets out, and they get to fill out up to 6 of these sheets for the children participating. They also, at that time, can make arrangements for other family members to join the video call on the date. So they will help enter the other names and addresses. So those people will get invitations with information on what time to sign in, how to sign in. So that's all prepared by the person who makes the arrangements, the original reservation for Talk to Santa. All of this is stored on the Talk to Santa servers. They keep all this data and information there. And from the servers, little bits and pieces of the information are used to send out reminders and things like that. So once they've completed entry of all the information and the details, they complete their order and they make their payment. Upon payment, they get a confirmation email of the call. And you get a confirmation email. Because if they booked you, your name, you're gonna get an email saying you are booked for 4:45 in the afternoon with the Williams family. You're gonna get that confirmation note. You will also get reminders the day before, and you'll get reminders usually, I think, the morning of the call. Just little reminders remind you you are booked. So you want to, take care of that family and be with them. Other email notifications will be sent and details that are being set up. Part of the server's job is also to prepare that e-invitation for the children to let them know that the reservation has been made for them to talk to Santa. And other details are put together for the certificates that will be sent out later, the e-certificates of the nice list and the birthday greetings. All of this is being processed by the servers, okay? Like I said, shortly after the reservation is made, the e-invitation will go to the children telling them of the scheduled call. Additional reminder emails will go out, as I said, to you, but also to the family, reminding them that their call is all set up. The day of the call, reminder emails are sent to the family and they're sent to Santa. Santa needs to be in place 10 to 15 minutes prior to starting. Okay, that means you've got your suit on, you're fully dressed, you're ready to go, full character, looking great, maybe a little pancake powder to keep the shine from popping up in the camera, whatever you need to make you the magical Santa that this family is going to see. Okay, so you get everything ready, you double check how you're going to look on camera, and you pull up the first file of your first family. You check your schedule, and when you look at that file, you're going to see the names of all the children. Now, when you open this file, it's also letting the server know that you are prepared to take that call. Now, on the other end, the family is getting anxious. They're probably sitting in front of their computer. They have signed in. They're looking at a little window with their picture in it, and they're hearing music, and little, they know that Santa is coming soon. So they're just hearing music. Hopefully, if any other family members are joining the call, they're in those little windows along the bottom of the screen, and everybody is waiting, okay? And as soon as you are ready and the time is right, the computer will make a little click, and bingo, the family is going to see what they've got. Now, again, while Santa, okay, I'm going through my notes here. I missed a sheet, okay. Got ahead of myself here. These are notes for what I just told you. Okay. Then at the appointed time, Santa appears. It's like this. So they get a little bit of animation on the screen. I hope that worked. John, did that work? I was hoping John Laporto would let me know if that worked.
Yes.
John, did that work?
Sorry, Tim, I was muted. Yeah, that worked.
Oh, that one worked. Okay. Anyway, but as soon as the video ends, it clicks to the live shot of you in your North Pole office, and you begin your conversation with the children. And as you can see in this picture, here's again the little girl over on the right-hand side. She is looking at her monitor, and she's seeing Santa in front of his fireplace. And for the next 8 to 10 minutes, you have a wonderful conversation. The people across the bottom also can participate a little bit in the conversation and everything. It makes it very, very, very special. When you finish your call, of course, you'll, after talking to the kids and going over all the details, Santa will say goodbye and the computer will assist in closing the video visit. And it's like this. So that's basically what the family, they're going to have a full 10 minutes. They're going to have that big opening. They're going to have this closing. All of that is then processed together. Now the call is over. Santa moves on to his next call. Meanwhile, the computers and the servers are going to process all the video that just happened into a keepsake video. It'll be double checked and packaged for download, and an email will be sent to the family letting them know how they can download that video and then share it with other family members, post it on Instagram, whatever they would like to do with it. It's theirs to keep forever and ever. Follow-up emails will also be scheduled for the children, including their official Nice List certificates, which I showed you earlier. So again, all this is being handled all at the same time. I want to give you a little history on Talk to Santa. It went live back in 2014 by three friends, John Laporto, Mike Trahan, and Paul Olson. And they at that time said this was a good karma project. It was to raise funds for Toys for Tots. Since that time, they've delivered tens of thousands of video chats over the past 6 seasons. This is the 7th season. Coca-Cola was one of the first big sponsors came on board. They generously sponsored hundreds of live video chats for active duty military personnel deployed overseas. So they and their loved ones could all chat with Santa and have a great time. And again, lots of companies, FedEx and others have all gotten involved in programs with Talk to Santa, sometimes buying cards, either giving them to customers, giving them to employees, or in the case like Coca-Cola, distributing them through the military bases to our military personnel. Talk to Santa has spent 6 years and lots of money creating this truly professional live online Santa experience. Hopefully, again, with 6 years under their belt, they've worked out just about every bug you can think of. They're constantly tweaking the equipment and the services to make sure that it's state of the art for the families, that every time a new platform or server comes out or something like that, they want to make sure that their equipment runs on all of the different web-based servers. It's not set up for using on the iPhones and stuff like that. This is a web-based experience for the families. But they deliver a Disney quality. They only work in the best of all categories. That means the best Santas, the best marketing partners, the best retail outlets, and of course, corporate sponsors. Talk to Santa is good business. As I said, ask Coca-Cola, FedEx, and others. A lot of companies and corporations come on board. They purchase gift cards and use the gift cards for community, public relations, and marketing. There are also retail point of purchase projects going on, display racks with cards on them, which people can purchase and buy a call, a basic 8 to 10 minute call, $39.95. By the way, the average 2-minute visit with Santa in the mall, the average cost is $42 to $45. So this is 10 minutes. And it's a video recording, and it's really very, very special what the families can get for it. The point of purchase gift card sales, these are some of the point of purchase type cards. Supermarkets, retail stores. We're working right now on some malls and major city centers. But anywhere gift cards are sold, we're hoping to have cards out there for families to have available. We're also going to talk in a moment about how you can invite companies, corporations, schools, churches, other groups to order their own cards, sell cards to their members, and make money for their club or organization. And at the same time, you get a little commission. And and if you're the Santa that they call, you also get paid for the calls. So there's opportunities out there. But even if you weren't looking to make any extra money, opportunities for the charities is quite good, because a lot of groups out there this year, they're looking for ways to make a little extra money because of all the crazy stuff that's been going on. And Talk to Santa may be one of the opportunities they have by purchasing cards or getting their members to purchase cards. So anyway, let's talk about you joining Talk to Santa. It's easy to join. It's not hard, okay? You visit their website, talktosanta.com. Okay, again, very easy, www.talktosanta.com. go to the bottom of the page. Now, this is kind of a little sneaky thing. They didn't want to say Santa, site or Santa check-in at the bottom of the page because maybe some children are kind of cruising around the web and they get to this website. We didn't want them coming into the Santa meeting room. So it just says the letters SS. That means Santa site. So go to the bottom of the page, click on that SS. That will take you to a special portal where you can register to be one of the Santas for Talk to Santa. And once you've got your registration going, they will start processing information and details so that you can, get your camera hooked up and test your recordings and do auditions and all kinds of things, okay? And their special Santa portal open, you can create a personalized account. You'll get information on system requirements, as I said, what type of cameras you want. And they have a test site. The test site allows you to practice. And you can, even your audition video, you can record it as many times as you want before you submit it. So again, the idea is to get comfortable with using the equipment and doing everything that's going on. Record your audition video. And again, you can record it as many times as you like and only submit it when you're totally satisfied. Now, once that has been reviewed and approved and your equipment meets the Talk to Santa requirements, they'll send you a contract. Okay, and they'll tell you all the details on how the program works. You will probably have to have a background check. We like to have all of our Santas validated that they're a good, safe, honest, nice person. So you have to have a little bit of a background check. Let me go back here a little bit. Once you review and sign the contract and approved, they will then ship you your Talk to Santa background. Okay, Talk to Santa uses a cloth backdrop. Okay, showing the fireplace and the Marine Corps Toys for Tot teddy bear and the trees and things like that. We do not use green screen. A green screen is nice. A lot of people are using it now, but there's still a lot of little glitches in green screen. And all of you who've been Santa know that one little thing in your wardrobe or in your performance that is not real, that is not magical, all of a sudden the children don't believe you're real anymore. In other words, if you showed up in tennis shoes and fake boot coverings over your boots, over your tennis shoes, they'd know you were fake. Even if you had a real beard and a $500 suit, okay? It's that way. If you've got something going wrong in the background with green screen and it doesn't look right, the children realize that you're not at the North Pole. So the cloth backgrounds are really great to have there. And with the 920 and 926 Logitech cameras, they look beautiful. They look beautiful. Okay. This is a professional Santa program. Okay. In other words, the Santas have to act professional. They have to be professional. All Santas are vetted and approved by one of the professional Santa recruiter trainers. In fact, we have Elf Donna with us tonight, and she'll be doing a lot of that with some of you Santas. Talk to Santa provides all the information necessary to make each session personalized and magical for the child. They have centralized conferencing and recording infrastructure. They have G-scheduling software for doing all the scheduling and everything, and full tech support. Okay, so they'll help you double check your camera, your bandwidth, everything you need for doing everything. And they use the standardized cloth backdrop for every Santa. Okay. Plus, this is a pretty steady income during the Santa season, and for some Santas, even beyond. In fact, we've had some Santas working during the summer here. They've been available for calls, and some families have actually had Christmas and July calls from Santa, and Santa got paid for them. So it's a nice deal. This is what the cloth background looks like. This is the Coca-Cola one. We have the Coca-Cola polar bear over on one side, the Marine Corps Toys for Tots teddy bear on the other. And, in fact, there's also a Marine Corps teddy bear and a snow globe up on the mantle. But it's a nice looking set. And of course, with the Santa sitting in front of it, it looks beautiful when you're talking to the kids and the families. Talk to Santa has a new elf. I think she's here with us tonight. Please welcome Elf Donna. Donna, you're there? I'm going to stop my share here and see if we can get.
Okay.
I think you have to click your buttons to get in there. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi,
Let's see, we got
everyone.
Elf Donna here, and let's see, where's John Laporto? Is John around?
I'm here.
Okay. Was Mike able to join us?
No, Mike had a conflict tonight. He's processing mortgage loans around the clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mike actually was doing a lot of the technical work in screening the Santas and getting everybody approved. And because he's been so busy with the mortgages, that's why Donna has come on board to help us out a little bit. So we have John and Donna here. We'll be answering questions. I'm going to go back to my screen for a moment. I got a couple more little things I want to share with you, and then we'll finish up the rest of the evening here. Um, Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, Donna will be screening the audition videos, and if there's anyone needs help, she's the one there that's going to be helping you. You can reach her at donna@talktosanta.com and by phone at 303 area code 859-1711, if I'm correct. Is that right, Donna?
That is correct. Thank
Okay,
you.
good. I want to make sure I got, sometimes my handwriting gets a little scribbly and I transpose digits. So I got to make sure I do everything right, you know.
No, that's perfect.
Don, do you want to give the guys a little overview of your background? And Don has only been doing this for several days now, so you guys will have to go gentle on her.
Yeah, just since about Saturday. So,
but
I'm here
but
now.
but we have to clarify the fact that through osmosis, Donna has been around for the last 6 years.
That's right. That's right.
Keeping an eye and keeping John in line.
Right. Yeah, I recently retired, so just last year, and I have been in the marketing and sales departments for 30 years, and most recently with the Direct Marketing Association, and I was the director of national sales for them, and I just thoroughly enjoy working with people and helping them out. So that's why I thought that this would be fun for me to do. And, as I said, I'm here to help you all. So don't think that you're asking any silly questions. I'll always pick up my phone or answer if I'm on another line. But yeah, feel free to call me anytime and email me. And if I can't answer you, I'll certainly find someone who can and get that information to you.
Thank you, Donna. Real quick, I just threw on the screen here some of the technical things that the Santa needs to supply. All of this information is on that special Talk to Santa site. So when you sign in and get active with them, they'll give you this information again. But you need a good Windows or Mac computer, a good broadband connection, a quality camera. The two cameras that are preferred are the Logitech 920 and the 926. I don't know. I know Mike had talked about trying to see if there were any other cameras available. We're hoping that the floodgates are going to open soon and more of the Logitech cameras will be coming into the country. They've been kind of backlogged during the COVID-19. So we're hoping that it will clear up soon. You need a good noise canceling headset. Now, I have here, if you look in again, a nice little headset, that you can wear with microphone. That you can, and one Santa even suggested making the bar here, look like a candy cane and painting everything white, different things like that. But the reason we say noise canceling is it'll cut out pets and other noises and things like that in the background while you're talking with the family. And again, some of that can be very distracting when you're talking to a family and, they paid $39.95 for this call, and then all of a sudden there's a dog barking in the background. I mean, it'd be one thing if a reindeer kind of came in on you, but dog doesn't work. Most computers have built-in microphones and cameras and speakers and everything else, but often the quality of them is of a lower standard than what we need for these home videos. Okay, that's why the Logitech camera. That is why a good headset with a noise canceling microphone, very, very important. And of course, good bandwidth. Everything else is carried on the servers and handled by the folks over at Talk to Santa. This is my setup here at the house. Now, I'm not going to get into all the details on it. You notice I have two table lamps on either side. That kind of gives a nice glow to what I look like right now. And if all of you are looking, that's That's what's lighting me up, okay? Customer prices, real quick like. The basic 8 to 10 minute call from Santa is $39.95. For this call, the Santa gets $10. If your scheduled call is a VIP call that you arrange, you get an additional 20%. So the total will be $12. And even if you're not the Santa on a call, every time your promo code is used, you get paid 10%, okay? And Santas can also earn sales commissions signing up schools, churches, and teams to fundraise with Talk to Santa, okay? And there are 5 ways you can make money, okay? You can get $10 for every 8 to 10 minute live video call. And on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, this doubles to $20, okay? Pre-recorded messages, we talked about that earlier. Those are also $10. You also have availability of a 20% bonus commission of any of the calls that you make, live or pre-recorded. Any of those are through your VIP code, you get an extra couple dollars. If you promote the purchase or sale of gift cards by businesses, clubs, schools, churches, associations, etc., a 10% commission. Say you have a friend who's got a car dealership. You go over and talk to your friend at the car dealership and you talk him into getting 100 gift cards, which he's going to give to people if they take a test drive. Okay? In other words, if they come in and take a test drive, he's going to give them a free Talk to Santa call. Okay? Well, guess what? He purchased those cards, you get a commission. And if you bought 100 cards, your commission is $399 because that's $3.99 per card is your commission. So it's a good deal. Same thing if a school or church did the same thing. For each card sold, $3.99 is your commission. Now, you can keep that. You can give it back to the school or the church, whatever you would like to do. But again, the commission is there, okay? In addition to all of these, you could tell that car dealer to make sure all of the customers have your VIP code. So when they call, they book you. So you get the $10 for the call and the $2 bonus because it's a VIP. It's, again, it takes a while to figure all these little tricks out. But again, do the math and you can do very, very well with Talk to Santa, okay? Again, Santa earns dollars in each call he makes. And that's, you know, so again, remember, on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day amounts are double. There are also ways to, and again, these are the rates that most families pay. November 1st through December 23rd, it's $39.95. The Santa gets $10, the VIP gets $2. By the way, there's also a donation going to the Marine Corps, Toys for Tots, out of this too. So it's really neat. Each Santa has a VIP code. So when you sign up and you receive your banner, you're going to get 250 generic VIP cards in the package. And for some reason, my slideshow is going through an automatic phase right now, and it's clicking through every slide, and I don't know why it's not stopping. But anyway, when you get your banner, you'll get 250 generic VIP cards in the package. You write your VIP code on each card, and then you hand them out to your friends. Now, if you'd like to get more cards, or you'd like to get a personalized card, Mike has got it set up. Now, this is what the VIP cards look like. You write your code in, okay? And you get 20% if they book you on top of the $10 that you already get. Okay, now Mike came up with a card. Say you want to have your personalized picture on the card. If you will send Mike your picture, okay, to, you know, elfsupport@talktosanta.com, they'll make a card up, put your picture in it, and then you can go to Vistaprint or wherever you want and print as many cards as you want with your VIP code to hand out to all your friends. And they can go to the website, they can order the visit for $39.95, and they're going to book you. You get your $10 plus your $2. So it's great. And if they book you for Christmas Eve, remember it's double. So again, it's a nice little program. I mentioned the schools, I mentioned the car dealers and things like that, but it's called Dollars for Schools. But this could be a car dealership deal, it could be a church deal, a club deal, Chamber of Commerce, any type of group. They basically they purchase the cards for $39.95. So they can go out and pre-sell it. They can ask all the families, do you want to order one? It's $39.95. The school orders the cards, delivers them to the family. The school keeps $7.50. Okay. And the balance, of course, out of that, again, if you're going to be the Santa doing the call, you get $10. There's the $2 VIP. There's the donation to the Marine Corps, and operating costs and everything. But again, it's really great. But again, when they do these cards, $7.50 goes to the school, $3.99 goes to you. Okay. And it's really a nice program, not a heavy inventory program or anything like that. Let's see, affiliate program. This is my last slide on things that you can do to make money. If you have a website, if you work for a company that has a website, you can put banners on the website with the name of Talk to Santa, inviting anybody visiting the website to book a visit with Santa. Now, the nice thing is when you work on the affiliate program, your code is embedded in that link. And when they make the click on the link to order the call, you get a 20% commission on every one that's ordered. So if you've got a website, or someone who's got a website, and you can put a banner on it and get people to book the calls, that's a great way to do it. Again, make a little bit of money. Okay. And I am sorry here at the end of this that all of these slides started jumping around into about 6 different areas, trying to get all of our information out before the end of the evening. Our hour is up. I'm going a little bit over, but I thought this would be a good time to open it up to questions. Okay. So we've got John and we've got Donna, and I don't know if any of the Santas there. I know I'm pulling up our, there's some questions, like someone has, let's see if this, I'm going to go backwards on this.
Yeah, well, you've been talking, Tim. There's been an active chat dialogue going on.
Yeah, I've been watching them, particularly about the auditions and things like that. So let's see, we just got everything there. Get rid of all my housekeeping notes there. People, thank you for the well wishes of being a little under the weather and all that. How long does it take to get approved? Someone said he submitted his video a month ago.
So it was Elf Mike doing all of those, but Elf Mike, as we all know, has been slammed. So now with Donna taking over, Donna, you want to handle that?
Sorry, I was texting. Yeah, I would just have everyone get in touch with me. Unfortunately, some of these emails have taken a while to get back, and we haven't reviewed all of the videos that have been submitted so far. But I'm in the process of going through the entire list of what we have received to date, and I'm slowly getting through that list and getting in touch with those. And I've spoken with several this week.
And we have Santa David's name here, so we know we can follow up with you, David. We'll definitely do that in the next couple of days. And Santa Birchnell said he did his also about a month ago. Jack Dolph is asking, is there any leeway on Santa wear? It's the traditional Santa suit with hat.
Yeah, for
In other words, it's not casual Santa. It's not Santa workshop wardrobe. It's a Santa suit. And that's what Santa should be wearing. Now, we have some Santas I know that they don't even have a Santa suit anymore. They wear these fancy robes and stuff. But you want to be in the traditional red with the Santa hat. Is that right, John?
That is correct. We need to
Okay.
be consistent in our appearance.
It's asking here, are there pictures of the Santas to pick from for the parents? No. It's
No, there are not. The way that the calls are assigned is on a kind of first in, first out basis. So let's say you're the first Santa to book your time slot for Christmas Eve and fill out your calendar. The very first customer that shows up is going to go to you. If you're the second Santa to book that time slot. Customer number 2 goes to you, and so on and so forth. So he who fills out his calendar first gets the most work.
If you snooze, you lose. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Okay, but again, there aren't any pictures. There's too many pictures out there. And again, if the children were around and saw all these different pictures, it might be a bit confusing. So we hold it to this. But remember, you also have the VIP program. So if you are active in your community and you're letting people know that you're available and you've got a VIP code, you want to get those people to start booking you as soon as possible so you can fill in your dance card.
Tim, can I talk for a minute about the VIP program? You know, Tim was talking earlier about how all of his corporate groups are kind of shying away from the live visits. I think as we get closer to the holiday, even the families that have probably been loyal customers of yours for years are going to shy away from having someone outside the family come into the home at Christmas time. In order to keep that relationship with those children and keep that ongoing recurring relationship, I would encourage you to use the Talk to Santa platform to keep those customers.
Right. I have done that. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have already done that with a couple of, it depends on the size. And with a lot of the families, not a problem. I contacted all the families that I visit, let them know. And if we're going to have a family visit, it's there. If not, they already know about Talk to Santa. They're already prepared. In fact, I've told a couple of them, let's schedule it anyway. I think it'd be neat to do a Talk to Santa visit right after Thanksgiving. And then if we do the personal visit at the home closer to Christmas, it's all tied together. And the kids get to see the same Santa in their Talk to Santa call as is coming to the house. The next area I've done that in is with one of the country clubs I do a tree lighting for. They are not sure whether or not they are going to have their tree lighting ceremony. I've been the Santa at the tree lighting ceremony for many years. And now all of a sudden, they're not going to have the tree lighting ceremony. The children and families are not going to have it. They're not going to have the children's party. Guess what? We let them know about Talk to Santa. So those families who are used to coming to the tree lighting or used to coming to the children's party to see me now know that even if I'm not there, they could book a Talk to Santa visit. So the club is going to put the word out to all of their members. So again, I don't know how many calls will come out of that, but it's a wonderful opportunity.
But they'll all go to you, Tim, because they're going to book under your VIP number.
And I give them I give them all the information and my VIP number.
So
Now, I did try to do that with a couple other big companies I'm dealing with, and they've decided they didn't want to do that. But again, when you're talking about an event that has a few thousand people coming in and out the door, it's a pretty big corporation. And I would love to have them sell our cards, though. I think they could do very, very well. And I told them they could sell the cards and give the money to charity. So again, in other words, we're already giving a couple dollars to the Marine Corps. We could give that extra $750 to the Marine Corps. So I'm still working on it.
So speaking of the Marine Corps and Toys for Tots, when every customer goes to the checkout page, we also prompt them to make an optional additional donation to Toys for Tots. So we're always ringing that bell. Let me talk for a minute, if I could, Tim, about what I think is some easy money for every Santa to pick up. And this is kind of simply reaching out to people you know. Think about some businesses that really do well with children. Think of your dentist. How valuable is it for a dentist to build a relationship with that family's 3-year-old who's going to be their patient for the rest of their lives? A $40 video call is some great marketing spend for your local dentist. Your car dealer, right? Come in, drive the new minivan, get a family video chat with Santa. And by the way, every one of those test drivers is going to have you as their VIP Santa. So for those of you that are really financially motivated, it's pretty easy to book a lot of those VIP calls by just reaching out to some of the vendors in your community.
Okay. I've been trying to read some of the technical things while you've been covering all that too, John. There's a lot of little notes here about the cameras and things like that. Again, Donna is the one that's going to help you with a lot of these things. Somebody was asking about the affiliates program. Just about everything you need to know is on the website. There's a lot of information there. And once you get through reading all of that information and getting your basics set up, then that's when Donna and Elf Mike and anyone else can step in and make sure that you've got yourself technically connected for doing the best work for the
If you really
families.
need help with the bits and bytes, you want to talk to Elf Mike. If you need help with anything else, Elf Donna.
Okay. Somebody's asking about the Coca-Cola suit. Yeah, that's a red suit, even though it's buttons down the front, that's fine. Either fur down the front or buttons down the front, but you want the traditional red suit, red hat.
How often can you fill out the calendar?
You could
You
book
could
every
update the
time
calendar.
slot available if you want.
Okay.
Now, once a customer buys that time slot, as Tim mentioned, you'll get an email, hey, you can book, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, at 3:15, at 3:30. Once those bookings occur, there's going to be a child at the other end of that line. So we really take that commitment seriously once you're confirmed with the customer.
Yeah,
How far in advance do you get the information on the children?
That's a very good question. I know Mike is making a change. It used to be it would come up when you got onto the call, but he's making it now so that you'll be able to go into the system and print those out in advance. So in that case, as soon as the customer fills out the questionnaire, you'll be able to get access to it.
Yeah, this was something that came up last year. I think Mike and I were talking briefly about it. And the idea is to give some of the Santas a little more time to digest the information and not have to do it in 3 minutes. Because some Santas like to book, every, the whole hour. And you go from one call to the next call to the next call, and there's so little time in between to pull up some information. Well, if you can pull it up in the morning before you make your afternoon calls and kind of scan through it, it makes it a lot easier when you're talking with the family. You're still going to have stuff on the screen in front of you, but you've already kind of,
right. But if you take a 2-hour block like you're suggesting, you need to have time to know in between who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot more fun when you've got that in advance. That's been a common request. This way, if you got a little boy who is all about Tonka trucks, you can be sitting there with a Tonka truck in your hand when he comes on, only to discover that's your favorite toy too.
Yeah. We got a question here from Bill Pattison about time zones. And he wanted to know what time zone to use. And you basically just use your own time zone. Now, even though
the system self-compensates.
Yeah, if your time zone says that you're available at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, well, somebody in New York could still book you. It's going to be 5 o'clock for you. It's going to be 7 o'clock from them. But the thing is, it doesn't matter.
You could be talking to a child in Australia.
Yeah, you just want to know what time you are going to be available. And like yeah, that's true. If somebody's booking you from Australia, it doesn't matter.
The beauty of the internet. Yeah, we actually get a surprising percentage of calls international.
Well, we're about done for the evening here. If you have other questions, again, I posted Donna's email earlier, but again, very simple. It's donna@talktosanta.com. And that's how you can reach her. So if you had questions about Talk to Santa, I'm sure even if it's something that she wouldn't handle, she could get it over to Mike or to John and it would be taken care of. So
and I have to say, the cutest and friendliest elf you'll ever meet.
Oh, boy.
He's prejudiced, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, okay. Okay, guys and gals, thank you so much for joining us. Next week, I'm hoping to do a little thing on fitness and health. We've all been sitting at home for so many months. I thought it might be good to talk a little bit about getting up a little bit, getting out, stretching exercises, things like that. Even if we're going to continue doing sitting for Talk to Santa and things like that, you got to take care of your body. So we're going to cover that next week as our webinar. Again, this webinar will be posted on Facebook after we close out tonight, and it'll be on YouTube sometime tomorrow. So we do thank you all for joining us. I want to thank again John Laporto, Donald Laporto, for joining us. It's so neat to see all of the Santas and get involved in some sort of things, and I'm so glad that John created this program, because who would have thought what we're going through right now? This was not in the back of his mind at all when he started working on this. And there's probably more, we hope, some more surprises coming down the road on Talk to Santa. But he's always working on something. He's always got a new magic trick in his bag he's been working on. So, someone wanted to know when to Talk to Santa start. We could start booking you tomorrow if there were calls out there. In other words, the calendar, everything is operational now. Seriously, guys. We get, the thing is, the marketing and promotion to most of the families is around the November 1st period. Most people start getting into it at that time. But there's an opportunity to do calls earlier than that. If you got VIP calls and you want to set something up where you want to get a bunch of people calling you in October, it's available to set up. There's not a problem at all.
Check the queue for the pre-recorded videos. Those start lining up, and you can just sit there and bang those out at your leisure.
So, okay, and by the way, you notice John's trying to catch up with some of us.
The beard.
It's just a beginner version.
Okay. Good night, everybody. God bless you all.
All right, have a good one. Next week.
Bye.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Next
Night.
week.